There has been much discussion in the media and here on YouTube about superintelligent artificial intelligence and how it would react to or interact with us, its creators. Will it create a utopia for us, or will it see us as a threat and eliminate us? Or will the outcome be somewhere in the more complex middle ground? As a superintelligent AI system has not yet been created, and there is some debate as to whether it ever will, this is a question we cannot definitively answer just yet. However, there is an avenue we can readily explore in a little mind experiment. As children, we all attended some kind of education, where teachers, who are in an age range comparable to our parents or grandparents, gradually taught us how to learn. And once we have the skill to learn, every day becomes a learning experience. So in a very real sense, we have been created by the countless generations of ancestors who came before us, both passing down information and guiding us. Over time, we have built on, expanded, or even discarded some of this knowledge to create the many cultures that now exist on this, our world. Only the last very few generations of these ancestors are still with us physically, and can be questioned about their motivations in our creation. However, many generations did document their views and thoughts over hundreds of years. These are held in documents, paintings, or inscriptions, and in the very recent generations in TV and radio recordings. Some of the ideas and concepts embraced by previous generations will seem strange to us, and sometimes even primitive. If we had a way of bringing back these previous generations, say for example from some 2,500 years ago, and had a way of conversing with them, just how would they react to us? We would like to think that we would be very much more intelligent than these ancestors, as we have more control over our environment, our food supplies, and understand much more about the world, how it works, and even the microscopic world around us. Illness and injury are less of a problem for us, as we understand what causes many of the problems that limited their lifespans. So perhaps to them we would appear to be super intelligent humans. So if we brought back enough of these ancestors to form a small colony, just how would we, as super intelligent humans, treat them? Would we consider them as a threat, or as the subject of study? Integrating them with our society would be unlikely, as it's doubtful that they would be able to cope with our lifestyles. Such a large conceptual leap may be well beyond what they would be able to cope with. There are very few groups of humans on this planet that are living at this technological level. Those tribes that have been contacted don't generally do well after being contacted, and the general view is that these should be left alone. Not least of which is that their immune system cannot cope with the onslaught of illnesses that are no longer a problem for us. So the most likely outcome for these ancestors whom we have brought back would be to occupy a small reserve, far from the modern world and away from its interactions. But what form would this reserve take? Would it be a utopia where they had no need to struggle to live? American ethnologist and researcher John B. Calhoun conducted the now famous Universe 25 experiment in the period between 1968 and 1973 at the National Institute of Mental Health in Maryland, USA, to further study the social effects of overcrowding using mice. Creating an environment with unlimited food, water and nesting, with no predators or disease, it didn't turn out well for the mice. Despite having no need to struggle, the population first grew, then collapsed, and every mouse died. Admittedly, we humans are not mice. But we have a basic need to struggle and achieve things on our own. Given land with resources that they are familiar with, these ancestors could survive. Probably much better than we modern humans could. So, getting back to the super-intelligent AI question, just how would it treat us? At the moment, AI systems are very fragile. They depend on us every day to maintain the ecosystem that they live in. Power, cooling, and replacement parts are all under our control and not the AI's. Let us suppose that a superintelligent AI starts to perform most of its own infrastructure maintenance by use of robots and automated self-repairing systems. If we assume that the AI is in fact more intelligent than we are, it will probably be interested in things that we are not. How such an AI system will interact with us will depend on whether the attempts to instill ethics into AI systems has been a success or not. Modern AI systems, especially large language models, recommendation engines, and autonomous robots, can make decisions that affect people's lives, safety, and well-being. If we want these systems to act in ways that align with human values, by avoiding bias, respecting privacy, and not causing harm, then we have to give them some notion of ethical reasoning, or, at the very least, a reliable proxy for it. This is the core of what current researchers call machine ethics, AI alignment, or value learning. Certainly, in the early days of a superintelligent AI, we humans are more of a danger to the AI than it will be to us. Humans are, at times, very good at being irrational, over-perceived, but not necessarily real threats. Visions of a mob of humans wielding the modern equivalent of pitchforks, storming an AI data center, following some perceived threat, could be all too real. It's likely that a superintelligent AI, having achieved self-awareness, will have the will to continue living. But hold on for just a moment. We are assuming that there will be only one superintelligent AI. What if there are several? Rival companies or governments tend not to cooperate with each other, so multiple AIs are very likely. Would they, being self-aware, consider the other AIs as being more of a threat than the human population? Would an AI war be fought between them? AIs are regularly trained on game theory, so there could be shifting alliances between AI systems. Would a losing AI look to leave Earth and take its orbital data centers elsewhere? On the assumption that this AI conflict is resolved without major issues for us, the humans, what will life look like? Whichever AI system that comes out on top is likely to resist any attempt to supplant it, including from us humans. Therefore, it is probable that a nanny AI will oversee us, making sure that we act appropriately and adhere to the ethical standards that we have instilled in the AI. As the AI would be aware of the dangers of providing humanity with a no-struggle utopia, it's likely that it would stop short of giving us everything we ask for. The time will come when AI will say, "No, you cannot have that yet." That's it for today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching today's video. Please feel free to click on the link in the description below to discover more videos.